For the last 8 days, this client has spent 29.21. Okay, so we can see here 29.21 last 8 days. We can see that we generated 63 phone calls. Tired of wasting your diesel shop's ad spend on junk calls? Here's how we're using AI to score every single one of our clients' calls automatically so that our ads team can optimize for good quality leads in real time. So if you're running Google Ads for your shop, maybe you're working with an agency, maybe you are running your own ads, chances are there's no call monitoring going on. Generally, what you're doing is you're putting money, say I'm putting $1,000 into ads, and I know I'm getting some calls. Some of them are pretty good. I do get some junk calls. Maybe I get some light duty towing or some light duty roadside calls that are not relevant. But overall, I think I'm making some money. Maybe you are looking at your P&L and saying, okay, our new customer count is increasing. But in most situations, it's more like I feel like it's working. It seems like I'm getting more calls, and that's kind of the end of the track. Whether you're working with an agency or whether you're doing it yourself, largely because tracking setup is difficult and traditionally has been expensive. So the problem with doing this is that you end up spending like half your money on just junk calls, where if you could systematically understand which keywords are producing those junk calls and eliminate them, learn which keywords are producing good calls and amplify those, you could better adjust your budget to those specific keywords and get a much better ROI. In layman's term, you can stop wasting money and spend your money on stuff that works. Here at Repair Lift, we work on performance deals. What that means is we charge a percentage of the whole marketing budget, and as that budget grows and our clients spend more and more money, then obviously we make more money ourselves. We would much rather prefer to work with 100 clients who want to grow and grow than 500 of just anybody who wants to do some marketing. So what that means is it's very, very important for us to be able to clearly show clients, hey, this is what you spent and this is what was generated and here's the value to you. In many cases, we tie right into the client's full bay or shop view or whatever it is to get direct attribution. And in other cases where we don't have access, we still have a really good idea of what we're generating because of our AI. So let me show you what this looks like. I can see that over the last 8 days, this is a micro case study. Over the last 8 days, this client has spent 29.21. Okay, so we can see here 29.21 last 8 days. We can see that we generated 63 phone calls, okay, at a $46 cost per call. And we can see that 48 of those phone calls were legitimately qualified leads. That means these people had trucks, they had RVs, they had something inside our client's service range to where they have been tagged as a qualified call. We have 21 either appointment booked or verbal coming in. So this is an appointment booked for the next day or next week or whatever. And then also, hey, yeah, okay, I'm on the way over. Those are also calculated in there. So there may also be other people in there as well. So what does that mean? Well, that means in traditional marketing agencies, this is all you're going to see. Oh, you spent 2.921 and you got 63 calls. Your cost per call was 46.37. No, because we don't know how many of those calls were callbacks. We don't know how many of those were a guy who needed help on a gas truck or something that you don't fix. So that's why we measure cost per qualified lead, right? If I said to you, hey, you're going to spend $60 every time you spend $60, somebody who really has a truck problem in your service area is going to call you. Is that something that you would want to take? Is that a better number for you to base your P&L off of than just any random call? And then I'd even like to take it a step further and say, hey, every time we spend $139, we're getting an appointment, we're getting a commitment. Now, does that actually turn into a job that we do? Well, we got to bridge that gap between the POS system and the AI scoring system. But ultimately, this is a good metric for us to know, right? Every time we spend $140, we're getting a real opportunity to do a job here. So what does that mean? If the average repair ticket is $1,200, that means this guy just spent $29.21, okay, and generated a total of almost $58,000 in opportunity. That doesn't mean he brought in $58K. That means, hey, there was $58K here. If we nailed every single call, that we could actually win of qualified opportunity. So check this out. Okay, you can see, look, 48. These are billable leads here. We call them billable, AKA that means they meet criteria, right? So check it out. Verbal coming in, appointment booked, callback scheduled, appointment booked. So let's take a look at what some of these calls actually are. Okay, keep in mind, this is happening automatically, and this is a proprietary scoring system we built here at RepairLift. Nobody else has this. We built this. So look, caller requested a brake adjustment for truck and trailer. Service matches as predefined offerings. The shop advised the caller to come in for service and quoted 2 prices, one for after hours and one for morning. Caller indicated he might come soon. No appointment was formally scheduled, and then it scores the call here. Right? It gives us feedback on how the actual owner, or not owner, whoever's answering the phone, is doing on that call as well, so that we can provide sales training feedback if we need to. Okay, here's another one. The call was answered, service offered, matches the client's capabilities, make and model was provided. Okay, let's go down. Look, service requested for RV, matched services, make and model 2022 Winnebago. Possible workhorse chassis were identified, a quote was provided, an appointment was set to occur during spring break week. So that's depending on where the spring break is. This is going to be sometime within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So this is happening in real time here for all of these calls. And now let's look at the dates. Look, March 2, 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 March 2. Some people may look at this and say, holy crap, this guy's spending $3,000 every 8 days. But what's really happening is, yeah, he is. And in exchange for that, so some people might look at this and say, holy crap, this guy has spent $3,000 almost in 8 days. And it's like, yeah, he has. And look what he's generated. March 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 qualified unique leads. This is 8 real repair opportunities. And if you're spending, what is that? He's spending roughly $300 a day, right? Is there any chance that you're going to get 8 real opportunities for truck repair and not make way more than $300? If you have the mechanics and you have the shop space, why not? And that's the beauty of this. It can scale up and up and up. So anyway, I just wanted to make this video because I think it's really important to get this information across here. If you are scoring your calls, that means you know what's going on. You're feeding good calls back to Google. You're actually optimizing your account for quality. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you want to get your call scoring dialed in, don't hesitate to give us a call or shoot us a message. We'd love to talk to you, see if we can help you out.